Alright, lads, it's the preview show and the cup final. Reds are going to Crystal Palace next. Selhurst Park. It is Selhurst Park, isn't it?
It is, like, yeah.
I started doubting myself for a second there. Selhurst Park on Sunday, 2 o'clock. I do that because you know what? Because like loads of ground names have changed and people have moved since the old days.
Yeah.
Sometimes like, is it still that? Did they still play there? I was saying Liverpool were at Melwood the other day. And it's shut.
That's definitely not there.
They're not there?
No.
Anyway, the Reds then. So, Crystal Palace. How do you feel about this game, first off? What's your feelings about going to Crystal Palace on Sunday?
I think on the back of last night, obviously putting Arsenal to the sword, I'm in a pretty buoyant mood, to be honest. I think it's been touched on one or two shows already after the game, but it does give you a bit of a bounce, Rob, a bit of a confidence boost. And I know we're on the same page when it comes to the domestic cups. We always like to see the Reds get to a final, or at least try and get to a final. And I think for a number of reasons, the manager's obviously felt over recent seasons he's not been able to pick a team that's maybe competitive enough to get you to a final. And don't get me wrong, the draws have gone against us a little bit as well, whereas they felt kindly for others. It's important to say that. But I think the nearer you get to it, the more it becomes important to you, and I think the manager's kind of ran with that. He knows there's momentum there. That win against Leicester, that felt significant, didn't it? Everyone was bang into it. Yeah. Great night, and then you take that into the Arsenal game. And I think I said on the main show that I almost fancied it to go the way it went. I thought we'd end up drawing a row and then doing them at their place. And it just, listen, you don't often call these things right there, but it ends up being that way. And yeah, you're flying to Sunday now with loads of confidence, I think.
Yeah, Palace as well. I've already taken Mo to task this morning on Tour Live about this, but it feels to me that a lot of Reds, remember bad results against them and then sort of categorise them as a tough team, a bogey team, all of that kind of thing. I think we've got to really put that to the sword, because Liverpool have won their last 9 against Crystal Palace. Last season we go there and win 7-0. Yeah. Obviously the wheels came off a little bit after that. But also just, the current version of Palace, it's a different manager. They feel happier as a fan base. But they've only won 6 all season, all comps.
I know. It's odd, isn't it? Yeah. So I looked at the league table the other day, and I think they've got 5 wins and 7 defeats. And maybe something like 9 draws, something like that. So for all the good noise that you hear from Palace fans, it can only be the football, can't it, and the style of football that they're playing, that they're buying into, because the results certainly aren't there. They get beat at home to West Ham in the last league game, I think it is. Obviously they play at Brighton, don't they, the other day, but the 3-0 down, Robbo, to West Ham at home. I mean, that's not great. I don't care what kind of football you're playing, do you know what I mean? I mean, play all the great football in the world, but if you're getting smashed 3-0 by West Ham, I know they pull it back with 2 late goals, it ends up being 3-2, and they could nick one at the end. But after a really good start, they're on a bit of a weird run now. That I watched them at Brighton. They're not in that game for most of it. Brighton, I think, end up having about 19, 20 shots. They're all over them. They take a lead, and then Brighton obviously get one back towards the end. And then I saw them at Millwall as well, where they were terrible for 45, but 1 or 2 of the better players get a grip of it, and they go and win the second half. So they're an odd team. I've no doubt on Sunday they will rise. They will rise to the occasion. It is a ground where it can feel a little bit on top and a bit intense. I think the Palace fans do get behind the team.
Yeah, they do. They're good supporters, aren't they? They make a noise. But as you say, the recent results don't sort of make you fearful, really, of anything. They're 11th in the table. Drew with Brighton, as you say, 1-1. Beat Millwall at Millwall in the FA Cup 2-1. The 3-2, which you reference, at home to West Ham. Before that, they beat Norwich 3-0. They were comfortably beaten by Tottenham 3-0 end of December. 2-2 draw with Southampton at home. Beat Everton 3-1 in December. Beaten by Man United in December though also. They lost 3 on the spin in December. They lost to Man United, they lost to Leeds, and they lost to Aston Villa at home. There was also a draw with Burnley end of November. So as you say, it's not exactly... It doesn't look amazing to me looking in from the outside. 6 wins all season, 9 draws, 8 defeats. It's, as you say, I think it's the style, isn't it? Yeah. It's the fact that, they're a bit more exciting to watch. They got... I mean, I know they like Hodgson, don't they? And the support of them and all that kind of stuff. But I think maybe they've seen, well, actually, this is what it's like with the shackles off, and, and this is more entertaining to watch. But the other thing worth... All right, the Reds, thanks very much for getting stuck into that little snippet there of Anfield Wrap content. If you want the rest of that show and much more besides, click the link below, subscribe to the Anfield Wrap Premium, and for that you will get reviews, previews, exclusive interviews, post-match content, the full it. Get involved, follow us, follow them from the heart of Liverpool. Up the Reds.